Hey Sonia, I see you there. Hey everybody, this is Melissa, your free range psychic. It's Beltane. What's Beltane? It is May Day, the first day of May, and in places in Europe and here, I'm sure, and beyond, people are celebrating. It's where they dance around the maypole, things like that. So happy May Day, happy Beltane, ancient holiday. Um, okay, so I'll wait for people to come, but I can still talk because I have you. Oh, hey, Jackie. And Sonia and Jackie. But whoever watches this on the replay, I don't want to just have dead air. Hey, how are you doing? How are you guys doing? So today, I'm going to do a reading on Kamala Harris. Hi, hello, Luna. And she emerged right last night. Did anybody catch her speech? I couldn't catch it last night. Hey, Cindy, but I watched it this morning, and oh my goodness, tears. Hey, Pat. Hey, Chiara Prato. Hey, Jean. Oh, La Luna, you need to Google it, and you need to watch it on YouTube if you have a chance. Oh my God. Hey, Seascape. It's hard to explain, but she sounds like very presidential, I thought. Hey, Sandy. So, funnily enough, I was going to do a reading on her before I even knew she was giving a speech. It was just in my mind, uh, day before yesterday, or the day before yesterday, that I was going to do that. And then she was going to give a speech that night. I thought, oh, no wonder. My guides were probably saying that that would probably be a really good thing to do. And plus, I don't want to dwell always on the negative. Hey, Marby. Hey, Maria. Yay. Oh, my goodness. Here, I'll put your comment up, Maria. Oh, yeah. Kamala was fabulous. Didn't she sound like our president? She is our president. You know what I believe, that the election was stolen, just flat out. And that's why down the line, 60 odd percent of Americans don't approve of Trump because they didn't vote for him. Majority voted for Kamala. I hope people connect the dots at that point. Come on. They didn't just switch. Some did, I'm sure, but like the majority already uh, uh, had voted for her. Yeah, she's my president too. Oh, what do I think the felon thinks of her? So I'm sure he was outraged. I think Kamala scares him because she's black, she's female, and she speaks her mind, and she speaks truth to power. So that I'll actually that'll come out in my reading too. Hey Daniel, no, you're not late at all. Just a minute or 2 minutes. Oh, he's out. Tim Waltz is out. Mimi, can you tell me about that? I didn't even know. I haven't really been focusing on the news today. Um, yeah. His itty bitty ego can't take it. Yeah, she is his nightmare. She and uh why are those the names escaping me? Uh yeah, all the other women who are speaking their own truths to power. So tell me, oh, Mike Watt, not Tim Waltz, of course. I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on with me today. Um, energy, it's my mind. Tim Waltz is I know who Tim Waltz. Yes, of course, of course. Sorry, I wish I could edit this. I'm not gonna though. I make mistakes. Yes, Mike Waltz, Signal Gate. Absolutely. So Marco Rubio is going to replace him. So who's going to be the Secretary of State? Isn't that who Mark Rubio is? Who the heck is Mark Rubio? And in this kind of like always like the last time, shifting sand of Trump's presidency. That's crazy. So is he out because of Simulgate? Is that it, or does he have to spend more time with his family? That's what they always say, right? Loomer wants the position. Oh, yes, I'm sure she does. Thank you, Mimi. No, I love Tim Waltz. Mike Waltz, not so much. Oh, that's a good question. Oh, yeah, Mark Rubio definitely sold his soul 100%. Um, Maria. So, Seascape, do I think that Mike Waltz might be a whistleblower down the road? He might have to, like, I think he'll have to testify. Definitely see that. He'll be subpoenaed. It's always the cover up. That's what the guides are saying. So there'll be something about the cover up. I don't think he'll be a willing whistleblower. My guides say no, he won't be. Not him. Um, but he'll definitely have to see his day in front of the Congress and in court. Um, Aha! See, I had that sense, that like that he can't. Trump can't admit that he screwed up with Walt, so he has to kind of like shove him somewhere else. Um, Ambassador to like where Siberia? No, maybe somewhere like that, somewhere ridiculous. Oh, really? Of Mike Waltz dissing Trump? National Security Advisor. I'm sure Rubio's just thrilled. He always looks like he's suffering. He sold his soul, but in a way that it's not making him happy. Like he's tortured, but he feels like he's so weak. There's nothing else. And maybe in a similar way, maybe not for the same reasons, but in a similar way as oh gosh, why is my brain going like this today? Especially when I'm doing a live. This is not fair. Some other senators I could mention. That's what I'll say. Um, yeah. Wow, this is a big news day. Then that's going to be all over the place. But Trump cannot admit that he did anything wrong. So instead of firing him, which he probably should do, like why should he trust Mike Waltz to do anything? Oh, he's moving him as the United States ambassador to the United Nations. Oh, great. I'm sure they'll love that. What a corrupt character. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. Oh, you know who I was thinking of? Lindsey Graham. That's who I was thinking of. Yes, they will. Oh my God. I can't even imagine what it's like to be like on the inside of that administration. All the backbiting, all the screw ups, and all the like Russians and Chinese and whoever else wants to listen in. Like they don't really like, they fired everybody, right? Like they fired all the like in terms of the bureaucracy, the security staff and people looking into Russia espionage. They fired them. They shut those departments down. So crazy. Yeah, Lyra, you think that Mike Waltz is a whistleblower? It, just because he added the it was a Gold is it Jeffrey Goldblum or Goldberg into that chat. Um, oh yeah, I saw that. Maybe Trump would make a great pope. That doesn't even make any sense. He's not even Catholic. Oh God. It's so sad. It's Lindsey Graham just kisses butt. That's all he does. It's tragic. He's tragic. Maybe he always has been that way, but the things he says, the the bottom feeding. So so interesting, very very interesting. Let me see. Ask my guides. Um, it's worse to come. Worse to come. Like more, like a moving around like pieces of a, I want to say a chess game or something, but not in any relative order. Just every, you go here, you go here, you go here. People changing places, and the reason for that also is Trump needs to find people he believes are loyal to him, won't spill the beans, so to speak, and won't be whistleblowers. Although he can never know that for sure. Oh, Miss Lindsay is Catholic. Yeah, I believe that is true. Um, Laura Loomer recommended Waltz removal. She is something else. So much power. Um, yeah, my guides say yeah. Um, so it's just such a corrupt administration, and it's it's like it's eating itself up, like dog eat dog. You know, it's absolutely eating. It's feeding on itself. Take except with them. I hope you don't hear that. I didn't realize I have laundry. I can hear myself, but I don't think you can hear it. But if you can, that's what it is. I believe we, the people, will suffer from PTSD for years to come after we bring down this administration. Yeah, that's for sure. Oh my God. So, what else is going on in the news? What else have I missed? So, as I wait for I wait for more comments, I'm going to do the reading on Kamala. I'm using the Marchetti, it says here Marchetti cards, the Gilded Tarot. There's also down the line going to be another Oracle card from the Sacred Forest deck by Denise Lynn. So I'll just get to it now and then we can talk about it later. The cards that came up. And so my method, not always, but I tend to ask my guides to show me the cards psychically. And then I pick them out and I ask them, well, why did we choose those cards? Like, why did you choose those cards? And Lindsay's not Catholic, but he's a Baptist. Okay, thank you for looking that up, Richmond. I do appreciate that. Oh no, of course they would. The Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee voted to let Trump deport U.S. citizens. Doesn't it have to go through more hoops? Yeah, Leora, we saw that, or we talked about that earlier, and that's why I think the reading will be interesting. Although I was going to do a reading before I knew Kamala was speaking because my guides wanted me to. So the first card that my guides gave me, and this always comes up, or from my, like it's one of my cards. You know, people or people psychics have different cards that speak to them about different people, and this has always been the card for Kamala. And I saw Tim Waltz's The Lion, and so they're talking about strength, but also emerging. And interestingly enough, that I now recall that behind her was emerge. That was a word that was, you know how like a motto or phrase or something, was it joy or hope when she was running for president, but emerge was printed on the background behind her. So that she's emerging, and then the Page of Wands, emerging with good news, or emerging with hope with to lift people's spirits up. And what she said in that speech was um, that she thought it was going to get worse before it got better, and that she understood the struggle, but she still asked for the people to fight. That we are like the last guard to uh, a dictatorship. Like we the people are going to be the ones, the vanguards of our democracy. So that's the cards for Kamala, uh, identifying who she is right now, above the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So this is a person standing in her power, speaking truth to power. This powerful message. In the past, this is the Five of Cups, which is when the election appeared to be lost to her, is total heartbreak, of course. And this is the steal. This is the actual election that was stolen from her. So if you can imagine the strength, the suffering she has gone through, and the questioning her soul, questioning her innermost being, and trying to figure out the way forward, and then finding out what she's found out. That comes up in this reading too, about this election having been stolen. This is surely uh, strength to emerge now, and she chose this time ostensibly because it's the hundredth day of Trump's occupation of our country, and I guess there's something about giving a new president that latitude, like that honeymoon period after 100 days, uh, to take stock of or measure of how what the presidency has been, and then she emerges on that day to speak to the people. Underneath and behind the scenes, this is a Four of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So what my guides tell me about these cards is that Four of Swords is she's been hiding. She's been is in a way protecting herself undercover, but still looking very hard at the election here, still doing a lot of work. I wanted to say her work. And this is examining what happened here, and also figuring out where to go from there and how to help the American people, what to do, although, laying low. And in the future, dun, 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 here comes Kamala on her chariot here. This is the chariot card with Ace of Pentacles. This is news, this is information, and it's quick, and it's powerful, and um, it's information that's going to change the course of things, I believe. And I believe it's about the election. The clarification here, this is the Queen of Cups. No, this isn't Yep, this is just me reading the cards. There's no restriction on what questions are asked. This is just what I wanted to read about. Um, this is the Queen of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, and this is Kamala compassionately feeling for the American people, being concerned, being worried regarding what we're all going through because of the orange one and his coup. And the outcome here, what the guides gave me, is the Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. And this, I think it's reflecting these two cards, the Chariot and the Ace of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands are regarding also. I asked several times, are you sure it's about the election, or the stolen election? And they say yes. This is something coming up. It's going to light a fire and bring change. So they didn't tell me exactly what it was, and I asked if I could know, but that's what I got. So, what have you been talking about whilst I have been reading? Let's see. Daniel, you're saying we have to stop calling them Republicans. They are corrupt thugs who want their own way of tearing the country apart piece to piece. I agree. They're hiding under the banner, the name of Republicans. But do you remember? How could we forget? Trump uh, calling anybody who actually wanted to stick to conservative Republican values as rhinos, and it's such a mind um, twist. It's a way to twist and gaslight, and which they're very, very good at doing. You identify the people who are actually true Republicans, and you pervert the the identification into, oh, they're not Republicans, they're not one of us, when they really are. It's the rhinos, Republicans in name only, are the MAGA, because they're not really Republicans. They just are using that banner to identify themselves with, um, a voter block and a power block to be in power. But they're not Republicans. They are the true rhinos, right? So, Mimi, you're saying I read Doge Matters now go through Congress. So yeah, that's the thing too, right? Elon, he left, right? Elon left the building apparently, and I don't even know what to say about that. He's so unpopular. He's got kind of like Republicans' kryptonite, right? In terms of popularity, because he's so hated. He's so hated he had to leave. He made such a mess. And it's interesting that and you wonder who's leaking this information about Leon, because there's probably just as much information leaked by the GOP, or Trump administration, I should say, than anybody else. And he doesn't have just 14 kids. There's allegedly he has like 100 or over 100 or a lot more, because when he made that statement about raising an army, he wasn't kidding. And you can't just have an army with 14 kids. And he's had time, to work on this. So I would imagine probably all in vitro fertilization. I'm guessing in vitro fertilization, because that's how he does it. 100 baby mamas. I don't know if it's 100, but that's what I've been hearing. Anybody else? What have you been hearing? Oh yeah. I remember the rest of it, that he believes that he's reincarnated from Alexander the Great. So he's this great king, and he has this mission. So he has to raise an army to survive the apocalypse here. Uh, and then he actually tells people this, like when he's setting up companies. This was He told somebody this when he was setting up his first company, which was some kind of online yellow pages. He thought it's going to be amazing, and that's when he said to the person he wanted to make the business deal with it, he was reincarnation of Alexander the Great, and he believes it. He believes he's a king, and he's just behaving as a king behaves. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, La Luna, too much ketamine. Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's such negative energy out there right now, and we all need to lift each other up from it. I can feel it out there. It's yucky. So Chiara, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Chiara or Chiara? Hey Melissa, if you have time and inspiration, could you give a glance about who Prime Minister Maloney, the Italian one, was in another lifetime? I'm curious. I'll do that. If when I do that kind of thing, I don't just do it impulsively. I got to sit down with my guides and really research. But I can try at some point. Um, so I just trying to think of what else, where else my mind has been. And all you hear, like, it's like how terrible the economy is going to get because of the tariffs. And oh yeah, the Bezos thing. Bezos was, I don't know if that's going to pan out or not, but he wanted to let people know, well, like the reason this price really went up is because of the tariff, and he just was being wanting to be honest about it. Trump was really pissed off at Tiara. Thank you. We're talking about ketamine, right? I was looking at ketamine, and apparently it causes all kinds of neurological changes. It can cause memory loss and hallucinations and paranoia and all kinds of things, especially taking it the way that Musk takes it. Yeah, which is like on a daily basis, allegedly. It's not good for the brain. I think that's, that's pretty clear. Yeah, he said he's nuts. And the fact that, like, powerful people trust Musk, and don't they see that maybe they're all the same way? They're just all as crazy as each other. Well, they probably are. Um, what else? What else has been going on here? Well, oh, of course! Congratulations, Canada! Carney, Prime Minister Carney. He has uh, become the new Liberal Prime Minister of Canada. That's fantastic. And I was talking to somebody about that, about the irony of and and the great triangulator that Trump is, and that is one of the characteristics of uh, somebody who has malignant narcissism is they triangulate. They always pit people against each other, and he has done that with the whole world. The whole world hates hates him and is angry in America, and uh, it's just irony. But the positive thing about it is it has brought people together. Yes, you can split off a person or a group of people and project onto them, and they become the scapegoat and the enemy. But when everybody else aligns behind them, then the tables turn. So he's actually brought the world together in some strange way. I mean, Biden really did that with NATO. I mean, he worked so hard on that. What an amazing president. But Trump has only strengthened that alliance, which is good for the world and it's good for Ukraine, right? Not good for us, but good for the world. But it's good for us. I mean, it's the people of America. It's better that this is happening for us. I'm not going to say it's bad for us. It's good for us. It should be happening this way, even though it may not be great for businesses and things like that. Oh, good, Maria. I'm glad that you did that. I hope everybody's okay with that. And my prayer is that this nightmare ends soon, and Kamala Harris actually becomes president the way that she should be, with Waltz as her vice president, and she turns the economy around. And we're okay again. We're saved. I don't know if that. My guide showed me that could happen, you know, but my like human side says just prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and maybe it's somewhere in between. But I still feel Kamala. When I saw her speak, I I just thought, oh my God, this is the president of the United States, and she sounded like the president of the United States. Oh, power outages in Europe, yeah, that happened too, in Spain and Portugal, and um, where else was it, parts of France or something? And then the question is, was that Russia? Which is not a leap because that's all they've been doing, right? Not all they've been doing, but they've been really focusing on that, cutting the um, internet cables, the undersea internet cables. Why wouldn't they do that? I could ask my guides. Oh, my guides are saying yes. Not surprised that it was Russia. Um, but my guides are saying if they're going to, like, there's some kind of, I don't know if there's a curse on Russia or some kind of weirdness going on there, but everything Russia does is going to backfire on them. And I shouldn't say Russia, I should say Putin, not the Russian people, but there's like a curse or something on Putin right now. Everything he does is going to backfire. It's going to bring him and Russia closer, or the current Russian administration, closer and closer to its own end. And he can't get away from it, and he can't break this curse. Wow, that's interesting. Um, Test run for the U.S. Uh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I know other psychics have been talking about 3 days of darkness. I don't know. I mean, it could happen. I haven't really gotten into it because I don't want to scare people. Um, Although the psychics that I've watched about that say that in the end it'll end up being okay. That'll be scary at first and okay at the end. I'm not sure if I personally can get clarity on that. Uh, let's see. I asked the guys. They're going to try to do it here, but there's something that's going to obstruct them. So, grain of salt here, okay? So that they won't fully be able to do what they want to do. Because they say there are eyes behind the eyes, eyes behind eyes. That there is the irony that there is a shadow government that was left behind by Biden. There are people protecting us even though we don't realize it. People in the shadows. And they're not, I don't believe they're going to let Trump give this country to Russia. That is what, why uh, Putin put Trump in. And I'm using my pendulum as I'm talking here, by the way, right now, just so you know. Yeah, that was the price. That was why the threat came, right with the release of. Let's not forget the release of those soft. I say that on YouTube. The the illicit photographs of the first lady. Why would Putin put them out? What when he put, or one of the countries, but I believe mainly, I believe it was Putin who put Trump in. Um, And I think it was a threat. It was like, you better do what I say. You know what the deal is. We give you the election and you give us the United States. You are kept out of jail. You're like any other oligarch. You get to have whatever you want. Material wise, you can grift as much as you want, but we need your army. We need your money. And that's why he had Leon uh, pillage and plunder the Treasury Department and the other departments. But he's not going to get his way. I just don't feel that I think his plan, he's like, how far away is he from like Leon in terms of his mental health? Because he seems pretty delusional too, that he could do this thing and pull it off. I guess he's managed in other countries, right? But he's just not going to be able to do it here. Too many checks and balances, even if we don't know they're there. Um, and it will be his own demise. And we will not be fighting for Russia. And that battle is I don't know how much longer it can rage on, because I've been listening to the the YouTube channels on like what's going on there. It's bad for Russia, really, really bad. They're running out of. I mean, they do get stuff from India and North Korea, but they're running out of money. They're running out of um, soldiers. They're running out of everything. It must suck to live there. Oh, what are you saying, Maria? I always felt that there was a shadow administration protecting us. They will be instrumental in removing the orange beast. I keep seeing our military arresting uh, F-47 and detaining him in a military base. Yeah, I've seen that too. I believe the military. My guides keep on saying the military is going to step in because they're honor bound and also oath bound to the Constitution and protect the Constitution, and that is not what's happening here. Did anybody see like the military standing behind? I think they were new recruits or something standing behind uh, the Orange One and Hegseth in Michigan and Warren, Michigan. I got the sense that Hegseth hates. I mean, no, the military hates Hegseth because. Oh yeah, that was another thing too. Sorry, I'm getting out of myself here. The dirty line, right? That Hegseth. Thank you, La Luna. Thank you so much. Um, that Hegseth bought in to God. Line, I'm sure it's such a sloppy thing to do. It's not like even like a sophisticated spy thing where yeah he's working for Putin, but you would never know it. No, he comes in and helps install whoever some outside probably Comcast or something a line into the Department of Defense, which is unheard of. It's a crime. People have been locked up in jail for in federal prison for much much less. Thank you, Laluna, and thank you. You guys are so kind. Here, I should probably show these super stickers, and thank you so much. There was another one that La Luna gave me, I think. Thank you. I really, I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, so, so true about those photos. No one talks about any longer. That was a huge deal. And then Bezos goes ahead and like produces what I heard allegedly was a $40 million documentary. What is there to produce? Be best. There's nothing glamorous or glorious about the first lady. Thank you very much. I mean, I wanted to be empathetic with her at the beginning and feel sorry that she was with the orange beast, but she's such a toxic person from whenever I've of her. She's just totally for the policies. Plus, oh, I did that past life on her. My guides showed me, not past life. No, sorry, I did a past life on Melania, but um, it was one where I was asking the question. It was in the present day, present tense. Was she a red sparrow? A red sparrow is like a woman who's been trained in uh, like Russian spy school or Slovenian spy school to um, become mistress or wife to a very powerful person and be a handler, you know, for Putin and the KGB. So yeah, if you if you want to watch that, if you haven't seen that already, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, like so many things in this 100 days, so many things have just happened every single day, and that is the MO, and that's Kamala Harris talked about that. Just high velocity attack, um, misinformation, and attacks against the Constitution. It's hard to remember everything. There's been so many things, like in the last administration, that and every single one of them should have been a huge issue, should have caused impeachment and the end of the presidency. It's too much. That PTSD. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that after this is over. Um, Unbelievable. I'm trying to look at the previous comments, see what I've missed here. I like that comment. I'm feeling hopeful. I generally think things will be okay. I do too, despite all of this madness. I feel that too. My guides tell me it's going to be okay. No matter what, we're strong. I feel the strength of the American people and the world, that we just don't want this. Like we've been through this so many lifetimes. We don't want this anymore. We say no. And I saw this great um, poster or protest sign was just like, this stops when we say no. We all say no, and that's what we have to do. Just no. We're not going to let this happen. We don't want this. We're not going to be compliant. Such an insidious plan, too. We are strong as the people, Mer. So, is there anything else? Anything I've forgotten? Oh, I can segue into reading the oracle card whilst you talk amongst yourselves and ask more questions. So, this was actually a card that caught my eye, and then I asked my guides if it was okay to, because I always ask my guides if this was the right message they want you to hear today. And it was hummingbird spirit, joy, and of course joy for Kamala, because Kamala always talks about and brings joy. Open your heart to celebration and fun. I told you that you need to suffer to grow. Your soul expands in leaps and bounds through following your bliss and expressing your love. Embrace life, yourself, and others in the moment. If you've been waiting until circumstances are different before you allow yourself to experience joy, you may have a long wait. Life is always changing. If you don't follow your bliss now, when will you? Your purpose in life is to experience joy. Take steps towards that now while protecting your personal boundaries. You don't need to do everything all at once, but you do need to start. Happiness spreads to others like wildfires and can help heal the world. Although hummingbirds are small, they are capable of traveling great distances and can even fly backwards. Their presence is a reminder that life is not just about reaching the destination, it's about the joy of the journey. Hummingbirds visit an average of 1,000 flowers a day. Because they expend tremendous amounts of energy, it's necessary to have periodic times of rest. Follow their example and remember to replenish yourself. The spirit of the hummingbird says, replenish yourself. True happiness comes from following the dictates of your soul. Life is change. Be open to change and look for joy in the moment. Find your boundaries and stand strong. Discover your joy. All is well. That made me joyful. Yeah, it is a great message. Um, Celtic Seer says Venus and Neptune come together in Aries, so you may feel inspired on the relationship front. Explore your artsy side. You might surprise yourself. Watch overindulgence in alcohol and desserts. Thank you. Oh, that would be wonderful. A hummingbird emoji. I wonder if I have one on my phone. I love that message too. Yes, Maria, I agree. We do not like being told what to do. This is not what we're about. No, thank you. Um, oh, thank you, Chicago. Watching Kamala, it just reminded me of how we felt before the election, how uplifting and amazing that was. What a I want to say pitch of, we reached such a height of hopefulness, and it's still there. It's like it's been stolen from us, but it still exists in our desires and who we are. I what is the question? Did I miss a question? Oh, here. Okay. Dear guide sense that the ignoramus is removed this summer. It's funny you should ask that because I've been having this conversation with my guides about time. Like, what is time to them? I'm determined to be able to read time better, but although I do believe that sometimes it's okay for us not to know. Like, like there's certain with free will and change actually, and if we knew everything for certain, that wouldn't be this planet, right? That wouldn't be life. There's some kind of necessity for soul growth in this interim of not knowing, like the choices we make and the tests that we go through. Maybe it's to do with like the rod, the diamond in the raw, or the a grain of sand that creates the pearl. But that's a really important part of evolvement, and maybe that is why we can't really know everything for certain, even though it would be nice if we could, because then we wouldn't have to be so frightened or in such agony sometimes. Or just, I mean, part of the human condition is question mark and faith, right, and trust, and all of those things, uh, and finding out what they are in prayer too. So that's a whole nother thing about a whole nother show, really, even to talk about. Um, but I'm just, when I talk to my guides, that is an important factor, and especially if you're, and I think we're all we're all intuitive and psychic, whether we're in touch with it or not. But when I get time wrong, or I can't pinpoint it, or it seems nearer than it is, it's something. I'm broaching a whole mystery, so I shouldn't beat up on myself when I do get it wrong. Conversely, to understand that if I have a strong feeling about it, it may or may not be what I think it's going to be. But given that, I will answer that question. It's a big winding tangent of a disclaimer here. Sorry about that. My guides say yes. Celtic Seer, that they think he will be removed by the summer, very soon, very very soon. It's almost like we were waiting, or we, the shadow government or whatever, the NATO, the world for the 100 days to end, to see what, like to see what would come about, to see the unfolding of the plan and the plot, to take action. But action will be taken. Oh yeah, we didn't know who was going to be Prime Minister of Canada. There's certain things we didn't know yet, but now we know, and that puts us in a much stronger position. A big piece of the puzzle here. That's interesting. Let's see what else people are saying. That's pretty funny. My free will is getting real sick of idiots' free will. Yeah. Maria visualized Kamala as our president and F-47 in an orange jumpsuit. Uh, Sear, I'm trying not to get antsy. Some go slow on the are so slow on the uptake. The damage that is being done is dangerous to the welfare of the country. To keep us safe. Yep. Yep. Okay. Aurora, did you talk about the U.S. Ukraine deal? Will it be contested? Any loopholes? Is that the previous deal from Biden or a current one? It keeps on changing. There weren't really, you know, um, I'll say Zelensky's pretty smart. Uh, he pacifies Trump, or the orange one, but he doesn't leave any of those deals because he knows who the orange one is loyal to. He knows he's not. He was born yesterday, but he'll be diplomatic, I should say. Oh wow, Australia's voting. Who's who's running against who in Australia? So many comments. Sorry if I'm not keeping up with everybody's. Talk about the time. Oh, hey, Finbar. How you doing? So what does the deal say? Oh, the mineral rights. Say there's something about the deal that it's not it's not solid. It's not on solid ground. That's what I hear. Whatever that means, that's what they're saying. I'll ask the guides about that. So who's running for the Australian Labor Party then? See, I think Trump, or the orange one, is going to be really good news for like progressives in other countries because nobody wants a repeat of what we've got. It's the poster child for no, don't do that. Don't vote for that person. Like, don't be like them. See, yeah, the guys agree. I hope that's yeah. They say the labor person will win, labor candidate. Oh, right. Is Albanese, is that the Australian candidate? Yeah, I agree, Maria. President Zelensky really has grown into his role as Ukraine's leader. What a wonderful man. See, anything else before? Yeah, not just yet, though. Don't go away just yet. Um, the guys want you to know they're showing me like a hand that you're being held in the hand of the divine, say God, goddess, the divine. Um, and they're showing me heart, like being held like this. Like my hand is near my heart, touching my heart. Yes, that's what they want to show you. You're being held in love and in the hand, cupped in love in the hand of the divine. And just know that. They really want you to know that. Um, anything else? It's still a spiritual war in the end between the dense forces and the forces of the light, and the light will win. Yeah, I agree. Gonna gonna take that with me after our live is done. Yeah, what a great hero, Finbar. I think that last 100 days of this administration is a history lesson and warning others how easily democracy can be lost. 100%. Will Keg's perhaps be the next one to go after Waltz? We'll see. Just make them all into ambassadors. Um, now, Keg's breath, I believe, was set up to be um, Putin's man, and from the beginning, he's groomed for that. It's obvious, right? Um, I think Putin wants him to stay. I don't know if they should get rid of him. It doesn't make sense that they won't, and they might, but I feel like Trump or the orange one would have hung on to Gex, but how pathetic that we can't just say their names right without feeling safe. Um, there's something there's something about his relationship with Putin that's keeping him in power. But he is a alleged, well, not alleged. I mean, I think he's even talked about it, right? That like problems with alcohol addiction, and I say this at the end. I should have said this at the beginning for entertainment purposes only. Why did I say that? And then my motto is I'm just psychic. What do I know? Um, oh, you're welcome. Igor. Um, he may go down with the ship. That's what they're saying. Like the Titanic sank, he may just still be there sinking with the ship, even though he's so like representative of the Orange One's autocracy or whatever, dictatorship, whatever we got, kleptocracy, administration. He really represents all the qualities they look for. There's more to him than meets the eye, too, in terms of why he's there and what he's doing. And it's not good. Not good at all. Um, yeah, people did make a strong attempt. Um, they hear you, Jamie. Celtic Celtic Seer, you say he'll be gone. He may be gone. He may be the next one. I just feel like he's more important than we think, to Putin. When do you think he'll be gone? Politics here. What's your timeline for him being gone? Yeah, Heggy. Signal Gate Trio, possibly. Apparently, like all of I saw that all of the Orange One's cabinet members, like their phone numbers, their emails, everything's just out there on the web, online, and accessible. All of that information is accessible. Accessible, apparently. It's all breached. Yes, 100%. La Luna. Because yeah, of course, because they're all felons or you know soon to be felons. They're kind of like ex-cons all get together, right? Even though they shouldn't, they do. Oh, thank you, Maria. I'll put that up. Thank you so much. Um, Acadian uh, Proud says, when things get tough and want it to stop, set timer for 5 minutes. Feel what you need to feel, and reset timer 5 minutes and do anything. Reset timer and repeat. Hopefully by then you'll feel better. That's really, really good advice. Oh, you're so welcome, Finbar. Am I doing well through tough times? I'm doing the, yeah, I think I'm getting through it. It's making me stronger. One of my coping mechanisms is just trying to focus on certain projects. And the more anxious I feel, like the more I find something to take my mind off it, whether, right now the gardening is calling, or the garden is calling, and I have to do gardening. And um, you guys, I'm working on a book, my second book. My first is a how to pray, a bridge flight, how to pray to angels. That's on Amazon. So, but it's been on for years. So, and the next one is about praying to the angels for protection. So I'm in the midst of that, and that's been really interesting to work on. So that's where I'm focusing my energy, just trying to, you know. But I'm not saying I don't get worried or scared or feel the energy. I certainly do. The full moon on May 12th is in Scorpio. Does not bode well for Hexa. Huh, what's going to happen? Okay, you guys. Oh, here. Some of these predictions on before I say goodbye. Some readers say May 18th is not good for Bella. I've been watching Cosmic Owl too, and Quiet Like the Forest, who used to be Queen's Tarot. She's great, and she combines astrology with tarot. Okay, you guys. Oh, the full moon doesn't bode well for Pootie either. Time is running out for him. Oh, let's leave on that note. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, I saw one other comment. I love angels and do pray to them. I love angels too. And the angels are here with us. They're here, helping us get through this time. We'll get through it. And there's light at the end of this tunnel. Okay, guys, I love you. I'll be back. If not next Thursday, if I don't come back next Thursday, I'll, I'll, come. I'll try to either do a live on another day or maybe just do my old school, kind of a method uh, tarot reading like I used to do with the intro and the musical outro on that Sunday. But I'll do the best I can. I'll just have to look at my schedule. But you'll know. I'll let you know. I'll post when I'm going to be on and what I'm going to be doing. Okay, you guys stay strong. Be well. I love you. And you guys take care. And thank you, everybody. And thank you, mods. Um, thank you so much. And everybody who gave me a super chat. Thank you so much. Okay. You take care. Bye bye. Bye.